The compound was quiet. No one should have come in. But I still feel uneasy after we got off the truck. The first thing is to check the courtyard. Xiaoshuang, I'll take you around. Get familiar with the environment. First, I took Xiaoshuang to the pond after the swimming pool was renovated. This is our small fish pond. There are still a dozen koi and a dozen big turtles in it. At this moment, the water in the whole pond has become turbid. And you can see the sound of koi and turtles fighting each other. What happened? I thought about it for a moment. Then I pressed the automatic drain button. 1 minute later, the pond had reached the bottom. And inside, where are the dozen koi and turtles? There are only white fish bones and turtle shells on the ground. At the same time, a huge turtle like a rock was lying in the pond. This is devouring evolution. I heard about it in my previous life. Some mutant animals, after devouring other mutant animals, have a small chance of mutation and evolution. I actually encountered this. This old bastard has a good body. It has evolved through devouring. It has a bright future. You are the old bastard. Turtle Yi is only 2 years old this year. Yo, it somehow makes human sound. Can you understand human language? Okay, I'll give you a new name. Let's call him Lao Wang next door. Isn't this still Lao Wang Ba? Where did the name change? The turtle at the bottom of the pond got angry when he heard this. The turtle opened its eyes wide. He roared at me with dissatisfaction. The murderous aura was rising. The cat, who was making friends in the villa, felt the danger. It jumped out directly, ran to my side. It's okay. I'm training the new neighbor, Wang. He doesn't like the name of the neighbor, Wang. Damn it. If I am not a turtle, I would have been able to climb out of this 2-meter deep fish pond. I'll bite your head off. I sneered at this. A lightning instantly condensed in my palm. Throw directly into the pond water. Turtle was immediately electrocuted all over, screaming. Although it has thick skin and flesh, the turtle shell is even harder. It can withstand the pressure of the heavy weight, but it is not protected from electricity. Big brother, num num. Quickly withdraw your magical powers. I waved my hand. The lightning disappeared. How about you? Just tell me whether I can call you Lao Wang next door. Okay, from now on, I am your master. Yes, master, please call me Wang next door. That's fine. Why do you want to be my master? Call me Lao Wang next door. That's fine. You even want to be my master? This is simply challenging Mr. Turtle's bottom line. Mr. Turtle will never be a slave. I saw this and the laugh again. A bigger thunderbolt is formed in my palm. You seem reluctant to be my servant. I, Jia fan, never like to force others. Human. I advise you not to challenge my bottom line. Otherwise, Mr. Turtle will have to change the bottom line. It's too troublesome. Master fan. I nodded with satisfaction. The thunderball disappeared in the palm, replaced by a fresh treat. This is a reward for you. This is a fresh lamb leg without mutation. This is 10,000 times more delicious than the mutated koi meat. Long live the master fan. Haha, Lao Wang next door. Guard this pond well. This will be your coliseum. Master, you gave such a big leg of lamb to Lao Wang next door. That's a whole leg of lamb. We can eat it for a week. Don't worry, you won't starve. Let's go take a look at the vegetable garden. I took Xiaoshuang to the first vegetable greenhouse. Walked in and took a look. I was so angry that I wanted to curse. I don't know what trampled it. There are footprints as big as half a palm everywhere. Who the hell did this? Master, this doesn't seem to be done by a human. This is just too inhuman. This must be some kind of animal coming in to make trouble. Look at the claw marks on the ground and the bite marks on the vegetable seedlings. It looks like some kind of primate. After hearing what the maid said, I remember it now. After that, there was a group of lawless monkeys on the mountain. After the mutation, I'm afraid this group of monkeys will become even more violent. It seems that the need to visit Mountain King is urgent. Master, these vegetable seedlings should have just been pulled out not long ago, not completely dead. I should be able to restore them to their original state. Revive. Okay, then you try it. Xiao Shuang took off the scarf. The left arm formed by the vines was revealed. Her mind moved slightly. The ashes between her eyebrows shone brightly. The left arm formed by the vines stretched out instantly, drilled into the soil. A great vitality was injected into the soil along the vines. The seedlings that were trampled, it straightened its back again at a speed visible to the naked eye. Revive. In a blink of an eye, the entire vegetable greenhouse was restored to its original state. Not bad. It seems that this little maid has a high talent. Only bronze level 1. It has such a high affinity with plants. At this moment, Xiao Shuang suddenly felt dizzy. She fell backwards as her eyes flew away. Master. It's okay. You just lost too much mental energy. Have a good rest. I carried Xiao Shuang to a guest bedroom on the second floor of the villa. Put her aggrieved body on the bed. Then I covered her with a blanket. Put another handful of energy crystals on the bedside. Then Fan turned around and opened the door. As soon as he opened the door, Wang Hao, Bai Ling, and Fatty rushed in. Well, we just happened to pass by here. Absolutely no peeking or eavesdropping. Hurry up and collect the energy crystals. More than an hour later, was Hao brought by Lin and Fatty back to the living room on the second floor. At this moment, I was sitting cross-legged on the sofa in the hall practicing. Brother Duan, take a look. More than 60 energy crystals. I slowly opened my eyes. The space ash between my eyebrows flashed away. After absorbing 56 bronze level energy crystals, the space system finally advanced to level 3. My space jump distance has reached 5 meters. And even if I force the space jump, I will not experience the symptoms of exhaustion. Yes, it seems that this time we have gained a lot. Everyone, hurry up and improve your strength. After lunch, we still have a big job to do. What big job? Do it, Brother Fan. You'll know when the time comes. I distribute the energy crystals to everyone, then let them go back to their rooms to start practicing. Bai Ling stayed by my side and refused to leave. Start absorbing energy crystals directly in the hall. 1 hour later, Fatty was the first to break through to level 3. The gray mist all over his body moved strangely. It instantly swept the entire hall. The fat boy's round body was suspended in the air. Stretched out his arms. The cursed ashes on his forehead shone brightly. The range of Fatty's curse has now reached 5 meters. The number of prey that can be cursed at the same time has reached 3. Bai Ling and I were practicing with our eyes closed. Suddenly, I felt a strange chill covering my whole body. I shuddered suddenly. My practice was interrupted. I opened my eyes and looked at the fat boy in the air. My heart was secretly lifted up. At this moment, Bai Ling slapped the fat boy down with one claw. I laughed at this. Pulled up the fat boy by his thick collar. The little guy stared at me with a wrong look on his face. You did a good job. This is a reward for you. The fat boy was so happy that his face was beaming. His mustache kept moving. He changed his face as fast as he could. We have to work hard to. At the same time, in the guest bedroom, Xiao Shuang opened her eyes in a daze in the quilt. Then she looked at the bedside table. There were 10 energy crystals there. Then she sat at the head of the bed. She held the energy crystal in her palm, absorbing the energy. At this time in the living room, Bai Ling and I opened our eyes. Bai Ling proudly jumped up from the sofa. A white mist phantom was drawn in the air. The next moment, my body was at the entrance of the living room, and I was wrapped in silver arcs. I jumped more than 3 meters in one step. The sound of wind and thunder came from my feet. I punched out. The air around me burst. After reaching level 4, the effect of thunder on the body has increased exponentially. Whether it is speed, reaction, strength, or physical strength, and the thunder elements surging in my body has become stronger, enough for me to use it continuously in a short period of time. The next moment was Hao walked out of the bedroom triumphantly. The thick earth barrier on his body is already half a centimeter thick. It can withstand hundreds of pounds of force. How? You have reached level 4. Is it just that your skin is a little thicker? That's not possible. I now have a more precise control over the earth elements. Earth multiple can be launched on 2 targets at the same time. Multitasking. Just make do. Okay, let's just have a simple meal, then go out to work. Brother Fan, can I make a small suggestion? You say, can we not have a big meal every time? Occasionally eat instant noodles and pickles. Improve the food. That's true. Then let's cook a pot of instant noodles. Improve the food. Half an hour later, 2 people, a cat, and a mouse happily ate a pot of instant noodles with pickled mustard tuber, satisfiedly left the house. Walked towards the forest behind the mountains. Brother Fang, why do we have to come to Kingshan this afternoon? Why not have a good sleep at home? Can't we come tomorrow? It really won't work. Tonight at 12 o'clock, the blood moon of the natural disaster is coming. Natural disaster blood moon. What is that? There are 3 common natural disasters in the end times. The first is the purple sun. You've already seen it. It causes mutations in plants and animals, the root cause of human degeneration into zombies. The second is the blood moon. If exposed to moonlight, the creature will fall into a frenzy of killing. It is also possible to mutate more. The third is the storm of rebuke. It's too early for this. That's not right, Brother Fan. If the blood moon can make creatures kill crazily, then we'll stay at home, waiting for the mutant creatures in the mountains to kill each other. That's it. Have you ever thought about these crazy animals may attack the villa halfway up the mountain? Yes, if we are besieged by mutant creatures in the mountains, those people would have died. And blood moon can cause secondary mutations in organisms. If a secondary mutation organism appears in the mountain, then this mountain will no longer be called Shia's backyard. So we should do our best. Drive out the creatures in the mountains. Come. Brother Fan, there are so many mutant creatures in this mountain. There are only a few of us. How to drive them out? Remember the monkeys that destroyed the vegetable garden? It's time for them to pay their debts. As they were talking, they had already entered the dense forest. The branches and leaves of the trees above blocked out the sun. There was a ray of light in the back. The whole forest was dimly lit. Everyone, be careful. It's dangerous here. The deeper you go into the forest, the trees around you are getting taller and taller. The bigger the mutants are, the higher their level. But we are all level 4. Once the powerful pressure is released, no one dares to provoke me. Walking, I suddenly frowned. I stopped. What happened? Why do I feel like there is one missing footstep sound? Bai Ling. Fatty. Where is Fatty? He was there just now. How did it disappear? Search along the original route. The 2 people and the cat immediately returned along the original route, searching for Fatty's figure. But after searching for nearly half an hour, they just couldn't find him. At this time, the 2 people and the cat were crawling through the dense vines. These vines were entwined around the trees. The red flower buds as big as water tanks were wrapped together. My eyes swept over the vines. Suddenly, my eyes locked, staring at a flower bud. This flower bud is like a big bun. It keeps shaking. It seems like something is struggling inside. I peeked at the flower bud with a long knife. A small head popped out. It was the panicked fatty. Just now, he was walking on the road. Suddenly, he was swallowed by the big flower on his head, wrapped up. Then the flower buds continued to extend sharp white teeth, biting at my body, and spewing out corrosive saliva. If my fur hadn't been thick enough, this would have turned into a pile of bones long ago. At this moment, the vine moved. Several bright red flower buds slowly bloomed. The white fangs on the inner petals were exposed. Mouse. What the hell is this? At this moment, the severed vines are growing again at a speed visible to the naked eye. The vines are growing new branches and leaves again. A fat-sized flower bud growing rapidly to the size of a millstone. Once again, it's devoured by Ling. Brother Fan, how can this thing be reborn? This is not rebirth. It is split and regenerated. There is still a big difference between the two. Rebirth means that the awakened person is in a dead state, regaining life. And regeneration is a rare attribute possessed by very few mutant plants. But they also have weaknesses. My eyes quickly searched among the dense vines. Suddenly, my eyes lit up. How quickly cover me? Electricity flashed under my feet. I ran quickly to the roots of the vine. At the same time, the vine also realized the danger. The vines that were chasing by Ling turned around quickly and rolled towards me. At this time, several vines also returned. As if they were caught in a fatal spot, they fell to the ground helplessly. Crying and crying. Chop you up and make soup. Brother Fan, what the hell is this? Mutated piranha plant. This thing usually hides underground. Controls vines to catch prey. Oh, no wonder it swallowed the fat guy. It's just an ordinary piranha plant, but this piranha plant can regenerate at super speed. It's a rare species, and as the zombies' level continues to rise, our power grid will be of little use. It's just right to bring this thing back for us to be our home guard. I am familiar with this scene. It's Plants vs. Zombies equals little guy. Come with me in the future. You can eat meat every day if you follow me. Oh, I want to eat that fat rat. Oh, seriously, let's duel. Put it on the ground. You can't eat fat guys. Why is this guy fighting with Fatty? Does he like to eat mice? If you don't let me eat this fat mouse, I won't be with you. I won't be with you. Look what this is. As soon as the words fell, the ground was instantly filled with a dazzling array of fresh meat. Who on earth is this person? How could he be so arrogant? Pick whatever you like to eat. This little bastard. He even dislikes lobsters and abalone. What else do you want to eat? At this time, I realized that the plane picked up the chicken foot, took a bite of the chicken butt. Fuck, this is delicious. It tastes really good. Are there any more chicken butts? Give me some chicken butts. Oh my god. He actually likes to eat chicken butts. This guy has a really strange taste. Chicken butts are such a rare treasure. I really don't have any in stock. Who could have expected to encounter such a unique foodie? But there are 100,000 chickens stored in the temple space. At worst, I can just eat the chicken myself every time I stew it. Leave the chicken butts for the mutant piranha plants to eat. I have plenty of chicken butts. As long as you hang out with me, I guarantee you can eat it every day. Okay, I'll hang out with you from now on. Give you a name. What should I call it? Why not just call it chicken butt? Hearing Wang Hao call it chicken butt, then others realized that the plant was dancing with excitement, swinging arms and kicking legs. It seems that you really like this name. Okay, I'll call you chicken butt from now on. By the way, chicken butt, you should be very familiar with this forest. Yes, I am. Then do you know where the monkeys group is? So you can take us to find the monkey group. Following me, the two men, the cat and the mouse, they immediately followed. After more than 10 minutes, a huge crooked tree appeared in front of everyone. Many monkeys squatted on this crooked tree. These monkeys have thick hair all over their bodies. Each of them has sharp teeth, evil appearance, and good fortune. Their strength is basically between level 1 and level 2. There is an open space under the crooked tree. Right now, two slightly larger monkeys are facing each other on the ground. One monkey is a black building with hair all over its body. Another monkey is white-haired. Muscles bulge like granite. Full of oppression, sense of power. These two monkeys awakened the physical mutation. But the black monkey is only level 3, and the white monkey has reached level 4. The monkeys roared with cheers around them, as if they were cheering, shouting and singing. What are they doing? Fighting, if I'm not mistaken. They should be fighting for the position of the Monkey King. A level 3 versus a level 4. You can tell from their size that they are no match. What the hell is this? Isn't this courting death? That may not be the case. The white-haired monkey raised his fist and hit his chest, roaring to the sky, showing the power of the king. The monkeys around them screamed and howled, cheering. Some monkeys even knelt on one knee, acting towards the white-haired monkey. Just as the white-haired monkey looked proud, just as he was about to accept the monkey's worship, a beam of blood suddenly shot up into the sky. A terrifying, murderous intent swept across the land. The monkeys were horrified. They all turned their heads to look. The black-haired monkey got up from the ground, burning with endless fighting spirit. A pair of bloodshot eyes glowed. What's wrong with it, Brother Fan? The black-haired monkey turned yellow at this time. Burst, sir. Some awakened people with different body types have a very small chance of realizing the frenzy state. Once entering the frenzy state, the awakened person's physical qualities will be improved by at least 25%, and the pain nerves will be automatically locked. It can feel any pain in its body. So scary. The black monkey walked towards the white monkey step by step. Every step. The battle suit on his body is a bit more convenient. The white-haired monkey gritted its teeth. The hair on its body instantly exploded. As a highly intelligent primate, the white-haired monkey no longer waiting for the opponent's arrogance to continue to grow. Instead, it rushed over like a cannonball. The white-haired monkey hit the black-haired monkey's chest hard. It made a terrifying explosion, but the black-haired monkey's body remained motionless. It didn't feel any pain at all. The white-haired monkey was startled. Fists continued to flow. It poured down like raindrops around the black-haired monkey. The air was filled with heavy rain, but the black-haired monkey still didn't even make a move. His cold eyes slightly lightened. He stretched out his claws and grasped the white-haired monkey's fist. The white-haired monkey was so painful that he rolled away from his right arm. He let out a shrill scream. The black-haired monkey's cold head showed no emotion. He threw out his fist directly, lifted up the white-haired monkey. He smashed it hard on the ground. He was covered in blood. The bloody pressure swept in all directions. The monkeys around him were all terrified. Hurriedly crawled towards the black-haired monkey. The new Monkey King is finally born. What a cruel monkey. Brother Fan, are you sure you want to fight this monkey? The monkey group has a high IQ. I've always only worshipped the strong. I must subdue the Monkey King. They will be afraid. They will be willing to serve me. This crazy black-haired monkey in front of me. It is simply a killing machine. Fan, how can we calm him down? And how can we deter the restless monkeys? While Wang Hao was still wondering in his mind, I winked at the fatty. Then I stood up and ran away to the monkeys. At this moment, the black-haired monkey is enjoying the worship of the monkey group. You are the new Monkey King. The black-haired monkey turned around and he saw that I was walking towards him. Silver thunder was surrounding me. The monkeys felt the strange aura of thunder. They were unable to avoid it. But the black-haired monkey gave them a fierce look. The monkeys had no choice but to surround me. I slowly reached out my hand, gently pointed at the monkey that was approaching with my finger. The monkey immediately trembled all over. A sudden chill came over that monkey. He felt dizzy, immediately passed out. Then I moved my finger pointing to another monkey again. That monkey was also stunned. He suddenly got shocked. He was twitching all over. The monkeys around him were getting restless. They were so frightened that their hearts trembled. The monkeys were so frightened that they lost their courage. They scattered suddenly. They ran more than 10 kilometers in panic. Then they turned their heads and looked at the black-haired monkey. All their hopes were placed on this new Monkey King. At the same time, Wang Hao, who was hiding in the bushes, was frightened when I started this. When did you learn this trick? Knock out whoever you called out? When Wang Hao was wondering, out of the corner of his eye, suddenly he saw Fatty. He was cursing and drawing circles on the ground. So that's it. The black-haired monkey stared at me with his bloodshot eyes. I actually felt a kind of heart-pounding feeling. Do you dare to fight me? The black-haired monkey refused to give in. It rushed towards me like a locomotive. It was going to smash my body into a pile of minced meat in the next moment. My mind moved slightly. Silver arcs suddenly gathered on my right fist. I punched out. The monkeys were shocked. The eyes they looked at me were full of fear, surprised that the frenzied Monkey King was defeated. And he was killed instantly by a punch from a human like me. The Monkey King, who was knocked away by a punch, slowly got up from the ground. Silver arcs surrounded his body. Muscle paralysis. Yield or destroy. The black-haired Monkey King suddenly felt a fear from his soul, although his pain sensation was greatly reduced in the frenzied state. But he could clearly foresee. If this thunderball exploded at this moment, then his entire head would be blown to death. The black-haired Monkey King gritted his teeth. He showed a struggling expression. Finally, he fell to his knees. Then the monkeys around him knelt down and worshipped me. At this moment, I have become the undisputed king of this monkey group. From today, you are called King Kong. I waved my hand. Several boxes of bright red peaches appeared in front of the monkeys. The monkeys saw this. Their eyes lit up immediately. These are peaches. There are no mutated peaches. The peach forest on the back hill had long since withered. The monkeys thought that they would never be able to eat peaches again. But they didn't expect that I would take out so many peaches at once. This is a reward for you. From now on, listen to my orders. As long as my orders are completed beautifully, I guarantee that you can eat fresh peaches. As soon as these words were spoken, the monkeys suddenly roared with excitement. King Kong also looked excited. He looked at me deeply. In his sight, only by following such a powerful master who can get food is the best way out. How, Bai Ling? Fat boy, chicken butt. Come here, all of you. King Kong, let me introduce you. These are all my friends. Your arm is not seriously injured. It will heal on its own in 3 or 4 days. From now on, the law and order of this mountain will be under your management. If there is anything you can't handle, come to my villa halfway up the mountain. Clean up the entire mountain now. Drive out all the other mutants. Drive them as far away as possible. Kill those who cannot be driven away. Remember to do it before midnight. Make sure to take the monkeys and hide in the cave. Come out the next morning. Remember it? Okay, let's do it now. Okay, it's done. Let's go back to the villa and hide. Meanwhile, Mid-Mountain Villa, Xiao Shuang has broken through to the 2nd level of the bronze rank. The vitality of the plants and trees emanating from her body is even more intense. It has a fresh fragrance. Xiao Shuang came to the living room on the 2nd floor. There is a bowl of instant noodles on the coffee table and a note I left. My little maid, we are out for something. You stay and look after the house. If you run into a bad guy, you can jump into the turtle pond and ask Lao Wang for protection. There is food left for you on the table. Oh, the host fan is really short of supplies. Now I can only eat instant noodles. Well, I only ate half a bowl. Leave the rest for the Murdat fan as a midnight snack. Don't move. I'll have fun with you after I eat this bowl of instant noodles. Stop. That bowl of instant noodles is for the Murdat fan. You can team move. Soon I will be your master. Before he finished speaking, his smile froze on his face instantly. Then it turned into fear. I saw that Xiangfang's abdominal wall had already turned into vines, thrust into the man's flesh. I told you. That's for the Murdat fan. 2nd level Xiao Shuang. I've already realized the first skill of the plant system, bloodthirst. Devouring the essence of the prey's flesh and blood, replenishing its own vitality. Night falls. Was how and I walked into the gate of the villa halfway up the mountain. Was how walked to the door of the building. Found a dried corpse lying on the ground. Kicked a few times. Brother fan, this is a bit new. I have seen many black zombies. I've never seen a mummy. It should have been thrown out by the little maid. Bai Ling threw the mummy to Lao Wang next door. Let him chew the pills. Come to the 2nd floor hall. As soon as I entered the hall, I saw Xiao Shuang mopping the floor like a maid. So you really killed that mummy. He insisted on grabbing the instant noodles. That's the midnight snack for the Murdat fan. My midnight snack? Oh, really good. But little maid, do you have any misunderstandings about the fan's financial? No misunderstanding, right? I just checked all the refrigerators and freezers in the house. It's empty inside. There's only this bowl of instant noodles, so I left it for the owner to eat. The refrigerator is empty. That's because I was afraid that the food would go bad when I left. So I put it away. As I said this, I waved my hand. The table was suddenly filled with a variety of delicious food. See it, right? We don't lack food. No need to fight for a bowl of instant noodles with others. No, he will die if he steals the owner's things. I like your stubborn personality. Go and eat something. Xiao Shuang nodded. Come to the coffee table. Start eating. Wang Hao, Bai Ling, and Fatty were already fed up with it. Without even a glance, Chicken Butt saw the chicken on the table. Immediately got so excited and couldn't help itself. Jumped directly onto the coffee table, holding the chicken butt. He began to chew it. His mouth was full of oil. Xiao Shuang felt vaguely. This little guy who loves to eat chicken butts seemed to be resonating with the plant elements in his body. She extended the thorny fingers of his left hand towards chicken butt. Chicken butt also felt the same way and extended his own hands. The next moment, the two hands touched each other. The powerful plant element was instantly agitated. The whole hall was flooded like a tide. For a moment, the whole hall became a sea of flowers. Bursts of refreshing fragrance. At this time, the elements resonated. Xiao Shuang stared at her fingers blankly. She didn't understand what was happening at all. Chicken Butt was also confused. I just felt that this little Lolita in front of me was somewhat familiar. What does the little maid feel like? I seem to be able to sense everything that Chicken Butt sees. We can exchange information. Yes, this is the rare element resonance. What does brother fan mean? Between awakened elements of the same type. The closer the elemental frequencies in the two bodies are, the more resonance can be formed. The power of elements is multiplied. This resonance can be reflected in the increase of combat power, information transmission, etc. In other words, Xiao Shuang can communicate with Chicken Butt with her consciousness. The two can also improve combat power when combined. Yes, I have a good idea now. Let's go to the yard. Then everyone came to the villa compound. Chicken Butt, you pull your roots at the entrance of the villa. Then let the thorny vines cover the entire villa. Chicken Butt nodded its head. Then stick up your butt. Start digging a hole next to the wall. Buried himself in it. The next moment, several vines grew out of the soil, spreading across the entire three-story villa like a weird snake. Fuck, awesome. This is Plants vs. Zombies. In this way, if a mutant creature tries to invade the villa building, then it will be devoured by these flower buds immediately, even if the intruder is strong. Chicken Butt can't handle it. You can also warn and notice us in advance. You can sense the movements of these vines in the future. They are like your eyes and hands. You can monitor the situation around the entire villa building. You can also mobilize them to attack and invade. Do you understand? I understand. From now on, the little maid will be a mobile humanoid security system. It will allow me to keep track of the safety of the entire building. It's a pity that the chicken but is too small now, waiting for it to grow up. Thorn vines. It can cover the entire villa compound. At this time, the Bailing looked up at the bright full moon in the sky. The hairs stood up all over his body. The cat made a low roar of anxiety. It is 11:30 at night. There are 30 minutes left. The blood moon is coming. Let's go inside. Everyone went to the living room on the second floor. I stood at the window and looked towards the city center. If the blood moon comes, that armored tank, can it deal with the zombie lord? If Liu Bo and his men chose to attack the zombie lord tonight, they can only blame their bad luck. Under the blood moon, armored tanks. I'm afraid they won't even see the shadow of the zombie lord. They will be swallowed up by fearless, crazy zombie tides. There are less than 10 minutes left before the blood moon arrives. The fat guy is starting to get a little restless. Even Lao Wong next door in the fish pond is growling from time to time. Brother Fan, do you think it's safe here tonight? It's hard to say, but we still have a basement. If it doesn't work, you can go in and take shelter. In the last apocalypse, the first blood moon night, the human population has dropped by 1/6. Tonight is destined to be a sleepless night. It is also a night of long sleep. What happened, Brother Fan? Liu Bo and his men have launched an attack on the zombie lord. Will they succeed? At this moment, the moon on the sky was suddenly covered with a blood-red curtain. For a moment, roars and screams came from all directions. The strong smell of blood spreads like mist. It's creepy. A dark shadow hovers somewhere else. Approaching. Meanwhile, the thorny vines entangled on the upper floor of the villa. It moves instantly. The crimson flower bud suddenly opened its mouth. The Black Hawk was captured and wrapped. In the flower bud, there was a black fan bat. The crimson flower bud kept moving, crunched the flesh and bones of the tusk bats. At this moment, the entire black cloud quickly fell towards the villa halfway up the mountain. Densely packed bats, enveloping the entire three-story villa like a tide. Even though the chicken butts in the mud, crazy control of the thorny vines, swallowing these bats. But there are too many of these bats. There is no way to take care of them. Murdod fan, enemy incoming. Get ready for battle. Brother fan, this is weird. How did they know to hit the same spot? Something is behind the scenes. As I said this, I looked out through the French window. I saw the blood-red bat skirt hovering, surging upward like an inverted waterfall. Why don't we go to the basement to take shelter? No, instead, please follow me to the top. Go to the top floor. There are too many bat skirts. And the night of the blood moon has just begun. Brother fan is right. There are only a few of us. We can't afford to fight against a swarm of bats. Once the basement is breached, then we'll have no way to retreat. Even if everyone could kill 100 bats, we will eventually be killed by the endless swarm of bats. I led everyone to the top floor. In the corridor, the windows around were constantly hit by bats. They made a sound of shattering under the heavy load. In a blink of an eye, we had already reached the top floor of the third floor. As long as we open the tempered glass exit above, we can climb up to the rooftop, faced with the black army of bats. I looked up. I saw the bats in the sky like a tornado, reaching the sky. As if covered by black clouds, the blood rain was oppressive and dull. At this moment, in the middle of the tornado, a huge bat was hovering in the air. He kept making shrill calls, pushing the surrounding bats to maintain formation. That's the Bat King. Level for Bat King. He's the one controlling the bat. The fatty stays. Others follow me. I'll go up and kill the Bat King. The Hao and Xiao Shuang are mainly responsible for defense. Bai Ling holds back the bats. Understand. On the roof, the tempered glass is suddenly broken. The crazy bats are like a tide. But the next moment, a bolt of lightning burst out from the entrance. Then, a blinding lightning suddenly broke through the siege of the bat army, soaring into the sky. It turns out that the butt of the machine controls the vines. It wrapped around my waist. It lifted me up into the air. The stinky bird destroyed my villa and still wanted to run away. The thunder ball exploded. A hole was instantly blown out of the Bat King's chest. The Bat King was very strong. The Bat King fell from midair like a broken kite. It hit the rooftop hard. I followed closely behind, surrounded by it. Silver Thunder crushed the Bat King's head with 1 foot. The Bat Army circling around them instantly became chaotic. They all screamed in terror. They ran in all directions. In less than 10 seconds, the Bat Army has disappeared without a trace. Get in quickly. The blood moon is coming out. Several people hurriedly returned to the 3rd floor from the entrance. Lock the top cover. Everyone cooperated very well this time. But the blood color of Moon Knight has just begun. Don't let your guard down. I took out iodine and cotton swabs from the Space Temple. You disinfect these bats' bites first. It's not that simple. Was how and Xiao Shuang took the iodine and cotton swabs. Begin to disinfect yourself. This crystal is very strange. It doesn't look like an energy crystal. It doesn't look like an awakening crystal. What on earth is this? Suddenly, the blood-colored crystal melted in an instant. It went into my palm. It disappeared. The next moment, a burning sensation came from the palm of my right hand, like a red-hot iron burning flesh. I hurriedly checked my palm. I saw a bloody mark emerge, like a strange pupil, like wriggling blood. At the same time, a faint smell of blood came out of my body. The wound caused by the blood-colored bat scratch just now healed at a speed visible to the naked eye. What is going on? Although in my previous life, I've been in the apocalypse for a year, but I've never heard of such strange marked signs. Is it poisoning? It is impossible. If it is poisoning. Not only did I not have any symptoms of poisoning, the wounds all over my body healed automatically. I pondered for a moment. Then I took out a dagger. I slashed my arm with a knife. Brother Fan, you are crazy and self-harming. I waited for 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. The wound on my arm still hasn't healed. F***C*KME. If I had known, I wouldn't have been so amazing. What's wrong with the Murdoch fan? Ivy learned psychological counseling. No, it's just a small experiment. Xiao Shuang kindly took out gauze to help me treat the wounds. It's bandaged. Everyone, hurry up and eat something to replenish your energy. The night of the blood moon is not over yet. After that, the group had a simple meal in the living room on the 2nd floor. Only Fatty was on the sofa, looking at the study materials in his hands happily, as if the blood moon is over. Suddenly, what is that? I looked down. It turned out to be a level 2 bat. I looked at the glass on the French window in the living room. There was a hole in it. It seems this bat came out of this hole. I took out an iron cage from the Space Temple. Then I put the bat in it. The strange ashes in my palm. It must be related to these bats. So I plan to keep this bat. Study it carefully. Then I took out a new tempered glass from the Space Temple and stuck it on the window. Are you all full? Search the whole villa separately. See if there are any little bats that have gotten in. Check if there are any gaps in the windows. Okay. Xiao Shuang and Bai Ling agree. Separate actions immediately. Don't look at the study materials. Little Fatty, hurry up and work. You'll be a victim next time you meet a tougher enemy. You don't even have the ability to save your life. While saying this, I stuffed a handful of energy crystals into the fat guy's belly band. Fatty nodded helplessly. Then he sat on the sofa obediently. Begins to absorb energy crystals. Fatty, this perverted rat, has a very good talent. As long as you work hard, your strength will improve very quickly. I have long hoped that Fatty could reach level 6 as soon as possible. Then he will be able to comprehend new skills. Even if Fatty cannot comprehend new skills, with only the original circle drawing skills, he can also instantly transform a level 2 creature. First until he fell to the ground. Then he would have some ability to protect himself. At this time, Wang Hao came down from the 3rd floor. The glass of windows on the 3rd floor was not broken. There were no bats in the room. Xiao Shuang also came to the living room from the 1st floor. The owner did not find the bats. The glass was also well covered. It seems that these bats sensed our location. so they focused on attacking the living room windows on the second floor. These tempered glasses can temporarily resist the attacks of level 3 mutant creatures, but for creatures above level 4, it will be as fragile as paper, like this time.